Are you in the market for a new vehicle? Well, check out Allen Vigil Ford Lincoln in Morrow, Georgia. We have one of the largest inventories in our area for both new and pre-owned vehicles, so we're sure to have something for everyone. Family owned and operated since 1982, customer satisfaction is our number one priority. Come see our full lineup of vehicles and find the one that best fits you. Give us a call today, 678-726-5739, or shop us 24/7 online at allenvigilford.net. What's going on, peoples? What's happening? Welcome to another episode of S.L.R, Sex, Love, and Relationships. I'm the Minister, Jonathan Simmons, and we're excited to have you guys join us today. It's the final installment, part 3 of what's the idea of healthy versus toxic relationships. And we're going to have, once again, our man, Mr. Mike Anthony, join us. He is the author of the book called Lessons from a Gentleman. And he's going to talk to us about his sensibility, being a millennial gent, on how the situation is out here in terms of dating. I will occasionally pop in from the OG baby boomer perspective. You know, y'all thinking that we too old to date, but there's still a lot of dating going on, a lot of romance going on at every age. And so we're going to kind of bring my perspective in there as well. And of course, AurieIsReal will be joining us, and she's going to bring it from the feminine point of view. And we also will expect you to pop in with your commentary as well. And here's what we're going to do. We're actually going to set it up so you guys can be a part of the live broadcast. If you say, man, I'm not going to just kind of put a comment in Facebook or on Instagram, or on Twitter. I want to be a part of it. Here's what I'm going to do. I'll pop the link up here for you, and that you might be able to join the broadcast, and you will be able to come in. Now, here's what you can do. You can do it one of two ways. You can handle like a phone call, like Zoom. You can blank out your video so we don't see you, and we'll just be able to hear you only. There's a way to do that. Or if you kind of feeling kind of bold, you can come on full body like Zoom, and we'll actually bring you as a guest. So I'm about to put the information up here, both on the banner. You'll see it across the screen, and also I'll put it on the actual social media, so you guys can actually copy and paste it. You can put it on your phone. You can come in through on your phone, or the best way to do is obviously through a laptop and using a headset of some type. But no worries, we will let you pop one in there either way you want to do it. And here we go. In just a moment here, we're going to pop it up. And again, we thank God for those of you who are watching on the replay on Twitter. Now, you guys can't do it if you're watching the replay, but nevertheless, we're going to pop it up here for those who are watching live. There it is. There's the link. And I'm now going to put it also on the social media, so it'll be on your pages, and you guys should be able to see it as well. We'll go ahead and do that in just a momento. Here we go. And we're popping it on right now. Bam! There we go. So again, you can join us right here, right now. Just go ahead and click on that link. Bam! There it is. Click it on and post it. Like I say again, you can go ahead and put it in as your into your browser if you're watching it on your laptop or desktop, or you can go ahead and pop it into the browser on your phone. If you're using a Apple phone, you have to do it through Safari. Obviously, if you're on an Android or something like that, your Chrome browser will work. Or if you got Firefox, either one should work for you easily. Like I said, you can join and be a part of the broadcast and talk to us about what you think healthy relationships versus toxic relationships. How do you know the difference, and what are some of the key signs? Like I said, Mike Anthony, our guest, will be joining us somewhere, I guess, around the 9:15 hour. And we would love to have him talk about his book. Again, it's called Lessons from a Gentleman. Well, people say, brother, you chilling. Yeah, so I want to go ahead and change the look up a little bit. Most of our promos have me with the shades. So I'm going to go ahead and rocking the shades. I'm feeling some kind of way. I'm feeling summer. I'm feeling good weather. And we know, obviously, politically here in our nation, has been a crazy week and a half. But I'm not letting that bother me tonight. Tonight, we're going to go ahead and enjoy this evening. And we're going to, like I said, talk about sex, love, and relationships. And what's the difference between toxic and healthy relationships? We'll talk all about that with our guest, like I said, Mike Anthony, and hopefully Miss Ariel will be able to disengage the lock that's on her electronics right now, which is blocking her from coming on. But like I said, she should be able to join us very, very soon with all the kind of good stuff here. Listen, if you want to follow me, you can follow me on social media at Minister J Sim. That's me on all social media platforms. Love to have you follow us. And again, we want to thank you all for watching the broadcast, however you're doing it. Again, big ups and shout out to those of you who are watching the replay on Periscope. Those of you watching on demand on YouTube, appreciate you. And also those of you who are watching us on Twitch. And of course, my crew on Facebook Live, we appreciate you. Drop your comments in the page so we can see who you are, see what you got going on. We'd love, again, to have you be a part of the broadcast. Or if you have an idea of what we want to talk about, here's what you do. Send me an email to helpchurches@gmail.com. That is my email. It'll ping me, let me know what's cooking. Or you can send an email to our co-host, Aurie L., and her email is AurieIsReal@gmail.com. So either one, you can go ahead, hit us up, give us some show ideas, let us know what's going on. Now, if you say, hey, I got a business, I want to let you guys show me some love, I want to get my information out there, or you say, look, you want to be profiled on the show, again, send me an email to helpchurches@gmail.com, or you can text me or call me, either one, 678-410-9833, and you'll see how we can drop your ad right in there. It'll be on and popping, and you can be part of the show that way as well. Or like I said, again, you can pop in and we can do a spotlight on your business. So either way you guys want to do it, it is cool with us. Like I said, again, we'd love to have you be a part of the broadcast, however way you'd like to do it. Again, we're talking about sex, love, and relationships, and the idea of a healthy relationship versus a toxic relationship. And like I said, again, we're going to be bringing on author and, kind of millennial, post-millennial man, whatever you want to call him, but he's a Rico Suave kind of brother. Go. I know, I forgot. I have to be careful of my references because I'm an OG. Rico Suave. You might have to kind of Google that. But so he's got the cool look, always, about being like the distinguished gentleman that he is. And I think he is in the green room of the studio. So before we take our next break, we're going to drop him in and let him say hello to everybody. The one and only author par excellence, Mike Anthony, is in the building. What's up?
Hello. Can you hear me? I can't hear myself.
Can you hear me? There we go. I got to get the lights. I had to get the light background right now. See, now we got the hookup. I'm matching up these lights.
We good?
Man. Welcome back to S.L.R, sir.
Thank you so much for having me back. I'm excited to be here, man. This is an exciting night. I look forward to it after much deliberation and thoughts. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited. Thank you so much. Part 3.
Part 3, man. It got kind of hot in there, man. There's no doubt. It got a little hot for episode 1 and 2.
It
the
did.
Ladies kind of were feeling some kind of way, and
Right.
I thought at one point that you had like the matchmaker thing working. You had the hookup. Well, that's we gonna talk offline about that. We'll leave that alone.
Right.
We'll just kind of that's a
we'll let
that.
Right.
We got pull to the left, pull to the right.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, that's how we do it. But again, it is great to have you back on with us. And I believe now, thanks to the miracles of modern technology, my co-host has now burst through the shackles. And she's set free. All the way from Houston, Texas. AurieIsReal, I believe, is in the building. Aurie, welcome aboard.
Aurie.
Hey.
Good evening. How are you?
Good evening. I'm well. How's everybody?
Hey, listen, we're just excited that you have entered the stage and you're on in the studio with us.
Yes, I am. I'm here.
Yeah, we know technology is acting some kind of way, so we're happy to have you in here.
Yes, I honestly locked myself out my room by mistake and had some complications, but I'm here.
Okay. Now I'm wondering how that happened. We'll leave that alone. Leave my shades up.
As you can see, I was gonna go work out after. And I ran out to run an errand and locked myself out my room.
I'm gonna put that as a and a double I'll leave that right there. She claims, boys and girls, that she was going to work out after the show, and so therefore her garments are in the workout attire, and mistakenly locked her phone in the bedroom.
Ouch.
Well, the minister is going to again pull his shades back on and leave that alone.
Y'all not gonna get on me today.
Man, that's rough.
I don't know. I'm thinking, what happened there? Matter of fact, I got to put on a spotlight. What happened? There we go. Spotlight you on that for that nonsense there. So, listen, do we have to put a little bell on your phone? How we got to work that? Have a little buzzer, let you know you can put it down somewhere?
I'm not playing with you today.
But see, she threw now. Now she's like, I can't talk.
But I got to for you.
Oh, you got to talk to me? Okay, well, here's what we're going to do, guys.
I have a song for you.
Here we go, guys. We're going to take a little break, and then we're going to let Ari come back with some music. You're watching S.L.R. Sex, Love, and Relationships here on all platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, and even Twitch. Don't go nowhere. We'll be back with some heated, not in a bad way, let's just say with some hot topics in just a moment. We'll be back.
Are you in the market for a new vehicle? Well, check out Allen Vigil Ford Lincoln in Morrow, Georgia. We have one of the largest inventories in our area for both new and pre-owned vehicles, so we're sure to have something for everyone. Family owned and operated since 1982, customer satisfaction is our number one priority. Come see our full lineup of vehicles and find the one that best fits you. Give us a call today, 678-726-5739, or shop us 24/7 online at allenvigilford.net. Nothing better than the sound of diesel in the morning. And what better place to get high horsepower diesel than the all-new 2020 Ford F-250, now with 475 horsepower and over 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. You know where to get it? From me, the minister, Jonathan Simmons at Allen Vigil Ford Commercial Sales. Because you know why? I'm the commercial truck guy in a shirt and tie.
All right, guys, we're back here.
I like that.
We're here in the little situation here. I'll give you a little mix down there. That's a little bit from our S.L.R. break. Again, we're in the building here with author par excellence, Mr. Mike Anthony, author of Lessons of a Gentleman. I believe that's the right name. Did I get that right, brother?
Got it right.
Okay, and of course, our co-host AurieIsReal coming to you from deep in the heart of Texas, H-Town in the building. Of course, yours truly, Mr. Jonathan Simmons, right here from the ATL, here bringing it to you as we always do from live on the scene. All right, let's get back into the final stage 3 of our conversation as we talk about, relationships, healthy versus toxic. And Mike, just give us kind of like some of the key points that you have in your book for what really makes a healthy relationship.
Absolutely. Beginning with, can you guys hear me all right? Let me know.
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So beginning with communication. Communication is the key to all understanding, which is my belief. And knowing how to with the person that you're talking to and dealing with is an even bigger key than just being able to. Oftentimes we go into relationships, we get in a relationship, and the way we used to talk to our ex, we try to reciprocate that language, try to reciprocate those emotions behind the text, what we say to them, to this new person who we're dealing with. And oftentimes it doesn't go across there. So communication is key. Being open with communication, having that safe place to communicate with the person that you're dealing with is key. And oftentimes a lot of relationships, marriages fail because the space isn't there. So here we find people in a dilemma in a relationship. I can't talk to you, therefore I look out for the next year, which typically is someone else outside the relationship who I'm now inviting into the relationship in a problematic way. And when you do that, that's just recipe for a disaster, and that's the beginning stages of destruction within the relationship. Also,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, keep going, brother. Keep on. You're on a roll now. Keep it going. Yes, sir.
And also, I would say don't be so quick to judge a person without knowing their past history. And I have a chapter in the book where I talk about F boys, which I touched on last week a little bit. The F boys are, for lack of a better word, the bad boys, the guys who don't seem to get it, the guys who haven't learned the proper behaviors when it comes to dating, when it comes to sex, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to marriage. These are typically the guys that women like to outlaw and like to judge. However, in my book, I say I don't blame F boys for being F boys, and I got a lot of backslash for it. However, let me explain why. Just as good behavior is learned, bad behavior is also learned. Yet, therefore, a person who hasn't learned how to treat a woman, right? A person who hasn't learned how to date, a person who hasn't learned how to be committed in a relationship, ultimately they're learning the opposite of that, more than likely. And a lot of the F boys have been brought up in, unfortunately, a lot of single parent homes. So therefore, a lot of guys don't have father figures in the house. A lot of guys don't have role models that they can talk to and ask questions regarding relationships. So therefore, they get their game from the streets, or they get their game from the guys who teach tempology, or playerology, whatever you like. They get the game from those guys who are
Prayology.
ultimately gonna, huh?
He said prayology.
Playology. They teach them playology, the study of playing the game. Okay, playing women at the end of the day. How to get what you want by doing the negative, or allowing a woman to think that you're a good guy. When you have a hidden agenda behind every good thing that you're doing, and that's the difference between a gentleman and an F boy, is that the intentions behind what we do. Yes, you can find an F boy that will treat you right, just as you can find a gentleman who will treat you right. However, the intentions behind it is ultimately what makes the difference. Like F boys, they're gonna do it for the WAP, and then they're gonna drop you when they get it. Gentlemen, we're typically looking long term, looking beyond just the WAP. So those are just a few things from the book. Go get the book. It's available on Amazon right now.
I think that was a perfect way to start our conversation. I love that. And if I may chime in, I agree that you have to know who you're dealing with. And that's what it sounds like. As a woman, when you're dealing with a playologist or a man that is seeking just the WAP, you have to understand the signs and know what to look for. And
Yeah.
if I may ask you, Mr. Mike Anthony, can you tell us some of the key signs that a woman should look for up on that first, conversation, or even that first date?
Some of the key signs a woman should look for that will help identify where a man's mentality is. Look for the key words that he used to describe how you look. It begins there. Typically, if a man comes across and he's like, "Oh, you look sexy," he's basically giving you the answer of how he's looking at you from that point on. Sexy, take the Y off, and what you end up with, hey, we are geniuses. Yes. Okay. However, if a guy is coming at you and he's like, "You look really beautiful tonight. I'm really happy to be in your presence. I'm enjoying this conversation." Those elements kind of help a woman gauge where this man is thinking. Like, and what is he talking about? Is he just talking about looks? Is he focused on his past, his dealings with his ex-girlfriend or his child's mother? Is he focused on the negative things instead of focusing on the current? If you go out with somebody, you're trying to get to know them from that moment forward. I don't really want to know. I appreciate your past because it's helped build you and mold you into the person that you are currently. However, I don't really want to. I'm not a psychologist. I don't need to know your past. I want to deal with who you are now, and what is it that you're trying to build with me going forward, if anything.
I like that.
So,
Minister Jay?
Let me put my shades on here again.
When he put those shades on, what that means.
Right.
So I guess the question is, so you mentioned how you can determine a gentleman versus what's the term used again? What was that again? Was a
F-boy.
F-boy. I'm not going to even try to fill in that right now. But the bottom line is that, okay, so how about the more seasoned gentleman who understands, you said the playologist, that understands that if he comes out of the box with, words that could give a clue to what his main intentions are, wouldn't that gentleman be skilled enough to approach with the innocuous terminology like, "You're so beautiful and gracious and stylish, that dress just, is speaking to me now." I mean, what if he uses such delicate words right now?
Yes.
You know what? And I will say, more skilled F boys, um, they will know how to play on your emotions. They'll know how to pull certain things out of a woman to get them to react a certain way, and even to get that woman to look at them a certain way. However, every pretender has their day when they forget to pretend. So you have, and unfortunately, especially in nowadays, we have a lot of people who are pretenders. You have a lot of people who are hurt yet want love and get in a relationship and only hurt the other person, just trying not to be hurt. So when you come across these gentlemen, these fellas, uh, they may be able to play a little longer than the unskilled. However, they have their day. A pretender can only pretend for so long. They
And
forget
I have something
anything.
to say from a woman's perspective on that, if I may.
Yes,
I believe that it is our position to understand that there should be a window of time where you're just allowing this man to date you so you can know his true intentions, because anybody can put on their, what we know is their representative, and you have to find that out, and the only way you can do that is through time and vetting this person, and it goes for both men and women. So I agree, Minister J, when you said, an F boy could easily say, "Oh, you're beautiful." I mean, I've heard it all. I've heard, "Oh, you're sexy. Oh, you're so beautiful, and you're so this and tall, and you're intelligent," and they could
right,
be worse than a quote unquote F boy. So, but I will say, in my past, it was because I too was putting the cart before the horse and not allowing myself to go through the stages of, hey, there's some things we need to understand and know about each other, and you need to know me beyond my physical being.
right. That's key.
Wow.
You said a lot.
That's, that's powerful right there. I mean, so what you're telling me, if I'm understanding correctly, from the woman's point of view, she herself has to establish some. Maybe this word is not the right use. It's overword. Some boundaries going in. She has to already kind of make those preparations to avoid a mishap or an entanglement.
I think boundaries are important, but standards are even more important.
Right.
You have to have some standards about yourself. If you say, I want a committed relationship, or better yet, a husband, then are you showing the characteristics of someone that could be a potential wife? And there's a difference. There's a difference between a woman that only has the WAP to offer, or a woman
Uh,
that has the WAP in terms of wealth and prosperity, which is
woo,
something different.
flip it. Hissy
Oh,
flip it.
that's the word right there. Hold up. You said you done changed that to wealth and prosperity. All right. Well, so now let's dig into that for a second. Okay. So let's just say the guy is not a uh, what's that term, brother? Help me out. He's not a what?
F boy.
There you go. So let's just say that maybe he's a different type of boy. Maybe instead of that boy, maybe he's an F boy. He's a freeloader. Maybe trying to get a place to lay down, a place to get 3 square meals.
Better speak on it, Minister J.
Uh,
Ooh.
I'm just saying, maybe it's more than maybe he's look. I'm trying to find some shelter. So what about that guy? I mean, that guy. I mean, you're the woman. What tips would you have to avoid that guy, that different type, maybe the more seasoned F boys? You're looking at, hey, I'm just trying to, get a nice nesting place.
Number one, is that a question directed to me?
Yes,
Oh, okay. I would love to answer that.
I knew you
So,
would.
number one, there are some preliminary things that are in place for myself. We should be either working towards some of the same common goals, but definitely have essential things for ourselves, such as a vehicle, such as a place of our own. If we don't have those two things, you shouldn't be dating me to begin with, because you are not ready.
Mm.
Wow. All right, there's something right there. So you're saying basically, if I get this correct, uh, if the guy doesn't have what do you say? He don't have a car. What else he can't
If
have?
you don't have a vehicle to take me out on a date,
Okay.
if you do not have a place of your own, and I'm talking about, because generally we're dating between the ages of, let's say, 35 and up. 35 and up, yes, we all have different circumstances. We fall on hard times. There's COVID going on. So there's certain situations that are happening right now today in our world. I understand that. But that might mean you need to take some time for yourself and get some things in order before you actually start dating seriously, instead of leeching off of another woman. Vice versa, the woman shouldn't just go out looking for a man just to take care of her and using her WAP in order to make that happen.
Use it now. Now it's funny because it's been said. I don't know. I mean, but I heard that sometimes if a woman is in that situation, that's the closer. I mean, so I got to bring out the closing tool now to kind of shut the individual down lest they stray away. So I got to hit them with the what's it called again? The WAP. I got to hit them with that, and that'll lock them down. I mean, is that a tactic that's used by some women?
It's definitely a tactic. I talk about
Okay.
it all the time. I mean, everybody knows I'm a hairstylist, do hair, makeup, wardrobe styling. So I've done this all my life, and I am a woman. Have I ever been the woman that uses a man for his finances? Absolutely not. That's just never been me. But have I ever been subject of being used? Yes, I have. And that is because I would always lead with honesty and integrity and thinking the person is doing the same thing. But there are devil in, or a what do you call it, devil in disguises, right? And you have to use your spirit of discernment to be able to understand the difference. And as far as a woman, yes, there are definitely women who also prey on men. It's in this time in our society right now, it's a huge thing. That's why the WAP song even exists. It's like, I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring. Like, that's a real thing.
Ooh. I don't believe I'm familiar with that jingle. That's very new to me now. So I will now keep my ears peeled for that situation. Well, Mr. Mike Anthony, now, so we've had a lot of feedback here from the female point of view and lessons from a gentleman. How would you say a gentleman would avoid, putting himself in that position? Either A, trying to be either one of those boys, either a guy that's trying to just get what he can get, or a guy trying to find some place where he can nest and lay down.
Unfortunately, that is a big deal, especially depending on where you reside in the world. The price of living in certain areas is higher than others. So typically, those are the areas that seem to thrive with men who are really looking for relationships with the motive of having a place to stay. And that's crazy to me because I've always, for one, I was taught like, hey, regardless of where you are in the world, don't move in with your woman. You just don't do it. You get your own place. You can move in with you, that sort of thing. Or you guys, get engaged. You guys find a place of your own that you guys will build together. That's one thing. But for a man to get in a relationship just for the sole purpose of having a place to stay and having inside the house watch, because understand there's really two things that he's gaining from it. Not only am I getting a place to stay, but I have in-house WAP right there. I don't have to go out seeking it. I can come home to it.
What did the minister say? Sometimes the woman has some in-house bop.
I'm just saying because see, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not. Listen, I get it. I get that this has been, like I said, it's been used as a closing tool for many guys to make decisions that they probably wouldn't have made. And I get that a lot of guys are chasing that. But I'm just saying that it in this modern day dispensation, it has shifted because women now have taken on, at least from what I see. Again, I'm a bit older, so I might be speaking out of turn, but it just seems like more and more women now they're independent. That's been going on for 40 years, but I mean, they're more independent. And not only that, but they are financially in a much stronger position on average than ever. I mean, especially you get above 35, there's so many women who are executives. They have several higher degrees of learning, and they get a check. And in many cases, the truth be told, that check is better than the brother's check. I don't care what he's doing. So
Right.
now the situation is that the woman, maybe this doesn't happen. This could be just in a world that I'm imagining. But I would think that from time to time, a woman would say to a guy, listen, I don't need your Beamer because I got one in the garage and I got an F-150 that I use for my Home Depot runs for my flower pots. Okay, so I don't need that. I don't need you to take me on vacation because me and my girls just came back from a trip from Dubai last year. What I need is for you to satisfy this itch that none of my girlfriends can do. So, and maybe that doesn't happen. Maybe that's just like I've been watching too many movies. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know. So I'm asking
Hey,
Mr.
I think
Anthony.
honesty
Go
is
ahead.
the best policy, you know, and I believe that if we all could just come from that angle, we'll have more success. And you would
Mm-hmm.
leave with people who are not bitter or angry because hey, you got what you came for. And
Right.
Oh, now we get the nitty gritty. Go on, sister. Speak it. Go ahead. Go, talk.
yes, you know, if your intentions is for some WAP or some BOP, then and basically BOP is BAP, and you guys can figure it out.
Figure it out.
Um,
Yeah.
and so if that is your intention, then just be real about it. Be honest. We're grown, and you know, obviously, you know, Minister Jay, you are a man of God. I'm a woman of God, and there are certain standards that I'm holding myself to, regardless of however the exterior may look. Sometimes the interior is I'm a woman of standards, and I'm a woman that, you know, I believe that a man has to bring certain things to the table in order to even be considered someone that I would, you know, date beyond, you know, and actually see as a man that I would be with in a committed relationship or, you know, or for marriage. If that's what we're talking about. But if your intentions is just sex, okay? And whether you're a man or a woman, I think just put it out there, lay it on the table. You'll find that 9 times out of 10, that other person might have the same intentions too. You can save a lot of time and frustration.
Wow. Okay.
That's great.
I'm gonna let our author unpack that. I'm not even gonna mess with that right now. I'm gonna let Mr. Anthony because you know because after all, the name of your book is Lessons of a Gentleman. So that agreement, that last agreement, seemed like that might be a little ungentlemanly. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and approach that, Brother Anthony. Yes, sir.
Ari definitely hit the nail on the head with that, for sure. Unfortunately, it goes back to communication, like I said, you know, from the beginning. Like what are your intentions? You know, what is it that you desire to what is it that you're looking to get from spending time with me, getting to know me? What are you looking to gain from this? Because people don't just come across meet somebody and then want to keep in contact with them if it's not going to lead anywhere or if they're not going to get something from it. That's, I don't know too many people who are doing that. You know,
Right.
so therefore, what is it that you're looking for? From the beginning stage, what is it that you desire? Are you looking to build with somebody, or are you just looking, you know, are you looking for, you know, F buddy, you know, a sleep buddy? I'll say. Are you looking for somebody that you guys, you know, is that what this relationship is going to be? Are we trying to build from this point?
Right.
Because if that's what you're looking for, you know, for me, that's not what I'm looking for. You know, and I'm I don't attract those type of women who tend to be looking for that. Typically, the women that I attract and that I'm attracted to are the sisters who have their stuff together, have things going on, they're business savvy, they're goal oriented, family oriented. You know, they tend to be they're bosses in their own right. You know, that's what I'm attracted to. That's what I attract. You know, I don't thank God for the energy. Amen. I'll take
So
it.
I want to say that absolutely you attract that because you are a gentleman, and we know this for a fact, not only because you wrote the book, but because you exude it in everything that you do. And you're just real with who you are. And we love that about you. I just had a text message from a best friend of mine. Her name is Danita. She is tuning in. And so I would love for some of the audience that are watching to go ahead and ask a question to either myself or Mr. Mike Anthony or Minister Jay on anything that you may have heard thus far. And you want to know, how do you attract the person that you want? Um, you know, and just whatever question you may have for us, I think this will be a good opportunity.
No doubt. We're waiting there. Again, you can put your comments in on social media. Just pop them in. We will see your comments and we'll bring them on the air. Or if in fact you desire to be a part of the show and actually kind of come on like a phone call, we're a Zoom type call. You can go ahead and put the link in. I put it on social media. I'll pop it up again for you. And you can go right to your phone and just block the video portion and you'll be on like an audio caller. And you can ask the question if you don't want to type it in. So again, we'll type it up and put it on in just a moment. We're going to take another quick little break. We'll be back with more sex, love, and relationship. And then we're going to try to dive in a little bit and talk about, what is love and give us some of the meanings of that. We'll be back. Don't go nowhere.
Nothing better than the sound of diesel in the morning. And what better place to get high horsepower diesel than the all-new 2020 Ford F-250, now with 475 horsepower and over 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. You know where to get it? From me, the minister, Jonathan Simmons at Allen Visual Ford Commercial Sales. Because you know why? I'm the commercial truck guy in the shirt and tie.
All right, we're back here. Again, you are watching S.L.R, Sex, Love, and Relationship. Remember, you can follow us on social media. You can follow me personally at Minister J. Sim. There it is right down there. You can see it right down in the bottom. I guess my hand, there it is, somewhere down there. You also can follow Aurie at AurieIsReal. Let's get her handle up here. It's here somewhere. Here we go. It is actually, you can check her out on YouTube at Auriel's Imaging Studio. You can check her there. And also, if you want to contact her via email, you can do that. Let me go ahead and check this out. And bam, there's the email right there, AurieIsReal@gmail.com. And last but not least, if you want to follow her on Instagram, let's get that up here. And there it is, Auriel's Imaging Studio. Follow her there on Instagram, and you can see some of the great work she's done. A lot of celebrities, a lot of great makeup and hairstyling. So if you guys need something and you're in the H-Town, she will have you looking glamorous and spiffy. And then every now and then, if you got the money, she will come see you in the city that you are currently residing in. Because I believe, as a matter of fact, she's even coming to Atlanta in the not too distant future to do some things. So again, if you need her, just hit her up, contact her, DM her on social media. Or again, you can also hit her up via email at AurieIsReal@gmail.com. And yeah, she'll come out and have you looking, like you. All them words
like
that
a whole check,
Like
not just a wop.
Wow.
Y'all
like that, man. Y'all women like that. Y'all like saying that. I just think y'all like rolling that off your tongue. That just sounds some kind of way.
Well, the thing about it is, that's what, we started the show with. And it is, it's something that it's the topic of everyone's conversation as of right now. And so it's one of those comical things that we could say and just bring some laughter to it. But I will be in Atlanta. Thank you so much for that. I'll be in Atlanta from February the 4th until the 8th. So I am taking appointments that are COVID friendly. You do have to wear a mask, and I offer hair, makeup, and wardrobe styling.
Well,
so my mother is also watching the show right now. She just sent me a text. And I don't think the folks want to be on camera, but they may want to comment. So maybe just put your questions in the comment.
Yes, that's what I'm telling people. Basically, I'm going to show you how to do it. Basically, put your comment in on social media. Let's read a couple of them right now here. We had someone log on earlier. Hopefully, you're still there. And there is Love Charles. It says, I'm in the studio. I'm in the house. And so here's how you do it, guys. I'm going to post it up right here. I'm going to put a question up on social media, and it'll look just like this. Bam, there you'll see it. And when you put your comment in, it'll have your avatar right there for who you are, your name listed on whatever social media platform that you are on at the time. And then your question will pop up or your comment. And you can see there, the question is, what is love to you? Please put your comments in on the social media. Like I said, we'll pop it up where everybody can see you, just as you saw with this person right here. Bam! You see that? We'll pull you right up and we can answer the question. We'd love to have you get your comments and opinions. And again, if you are feeling some kind of way, like, hey, I want to be on the show, well, let me help you do that. I'm going to post that link for you right now if you want to come on. Like I said, you have the option to come on audio only. So we don't want anybody to see you. If your hair is not done, you got that facial mask on that you women wear, no problem. You can come on and just block the video. We won't see you. And we're putting the link up right now on social media. Let's go ahead and do that. Put it up so you guys can see
And
it.
I actually received a text message question from my friend Anita, and I want her to put it in the comments so that you can feature it.
You can see it. That's correct.
Go ahead and put it in the comment on the YouTube channel, and we can go ahead and get that answer because I'm not able to look at the entire question.
That's correct. And there, I want to give it to you big. So that's what it looks like. We're going to expand it right there so we can really see the question. Everybody can see it. So that's how you do it. You put it in, and I'll pop you right up there so everybody can see your question, and we'll get you an answer post haste. Well, let's look at this for a second here while we're waiting for folks to type one in. I want to ask you guys the question again. What is love? First to our author, what does love mean to you? What is love? Talk to us a little bit, kind sir.
Love is that's a loaded question.
Loaded question. That's why I asked you.
Because what I always ask you the same thing, like, what is love to you? But it came to me that we only know love to be what we've experienced and or what we've seen. So for me personally, love is that commitment. Being in love is different from just love. Love, the Bible tells us what love is. It's patient, kind, it's not boastful, all these things, right? However, when you're in love, that's a bit more intricate. Being in love with someone is, I'm committed to you. I'm committed to the it. And the it, I talk about the it being an it factor. Like, he has the it factor. I don't know what it is. However, I'm committed. I'm so committed to spending the rest of my life in search for what it is. And that's that deep love. That's that beyond the element of just the physical. It's beyond just what sounds good, what feels good. Is that when it doesn't feel good, I still choose to love. Because not loving hurts more. And I feel as though I'm losing more by not loving.
My brother, breaking up just a little bit. I'm not sure if it's your headset or whatever. But anyway, we do have a comment from social media, so we're going to pop that on right now. There's our comment. It is from City Maker 1234, and the question is, bro, making it sound like my grandmama in the voicemail. That's a comment. Okay, that's a little. I would say a shade. We understand, bro. We're trying to get our audio fixed. We got you. I was all excited by the question, but he was just keeping it real, saying, "Look, I got some mice in the machine right there." So we're gonna have Brother Anthony kind of work on that a little bit, and hopefully he can get that headset working right so we can get it so Grandmama ain't talking, because that is,
how we doing? We good?
We're getting there, yes sir. Yeah,
we all right.
Yep, much better now. Much better.
Granny on the voicemail.
Dude, you sound like Granny like on the old telephone.
We better? Are we better?
Yes, sir. We are better.
Do I need to go over that again?
Yeah, one more time, please.
All right.
The part that I got from it was that there's a difference between love and being in love. Loving someone and being in love. There's the biblical way of loving someone, and that we should love someone. And then there is the in love with someone when you actually care about their existence and their being. And that is what you were explaining.
All right. Well, we done got folks excited now. I think we have an audio guest that might want to make a statement, ask a question in the studio. We're going to pop them on. Nick, is that you, or can you hear us? We're going to unmute you. Let's see here. Unmute the mic. Fire when ready.
Yes.
There we go. Welcome to the show, Nick.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi,
All right,
Nick.
we got some video. All right, Nick's in the building.
Okay. Figure I'll log on and I was listening on, so I had a couple questions. Aria.
Yes.
So seems like I'm. Oh, you know what? Okay. Seems like I'm getting like an echo of the previous conversation. Kind of weird.
All right, let's see if we can make some adjustments for you here. I'm gonna go out of the studio for a second, see if there's some way I can adjust you here. Let's see. Let's go to our audio here. We have got the echo cancellation, so hopefully that'll help you. We've got the. I'm gonna take the automatic adjusting of the mic off for a second here, and we'll just dial everybody's mic back just a little bit here. All right, Nick. Let's try it now. See if that's any better for you.
Oh, okay. I'm still hearing the echo, but it's in it's like a after effect, which is fine.
Go ahead, sir.
So Aria.
Yes.
So what has your love experience been like?
My love experience has been, I have had, well, first off, I'm recently divorced. I divorced in September of last year. And I married my best friend. And what my experience was authentic. We were both who we were. And in our own right, there were certain things that we thought was going to happen because of marriage and because of love. But there were some inner things that needed to change first. And so ultimately, I have experienced love. I have been in love. But I've also realized that there's certain things that you have to bring to the table and be ready for, even within yourself. And for me, with my marriage, there's certain things I realized that I wanted, but I was trying to mold that person versus accepting that this is who they are and where they are. And if this is not who God appointed to be with me, regardless of our history, this is just not the person. So that's been my recent experience with love.
Okay. If or not if, say, how did you know that your best friend, how did you know when you guys fell in love?
I knew that we fell in love because we would write each other love letters, literally. And he knew the core of who I was. He knew my story. He knew everything about me, and he still accepted me. And vice versa. I still accepted him regardless of his flaws. And we didn't judge each other. We wanted to make each other better.
Let's go social media here for just a second here. Let's go here. We got some comments, I believe, coming from Twitch. My man, City Maker 1234. I won't get it. He had a joke question. I'm not gonna put that one on here, but this one's a little bit more serious. I think this is you. Or he had the question: do you actually regret getting married?
I don't. I feel marriage is a beautiful union and it's a blessing. Even if it doesn't work, you learn. People come into your life to show you who you are. They're your mirror. You are each other's mirror. You reflect back what it is that you are actually. Some of the things that you would never know what you need to work on had you not experienced what didn't work, if that makes sense. And so I now have a better sense of who I am and what I want and things that I needed to work on. Forget about what he may have done or not did. there were things I needed to work on. So that marriage was for me, but it just wasn't for a lifetime, and that's okay.
Good, guys. Listen, we got about 5 more minutes. So anybody on social media want to jump in here with your question? We got 5 minutes at 10 o'clock hour when we shut it down. If you got any comments, you can do like Nick. You can pop in here on the screen with us, either full audio and video, or if you want to do audio only, it's your choice. We'll go ahead and pop that link up one more time for you. Again, it's accessible on anything, laptop, desktop, phone, tablet, doesn't make a difference. Just make sure you try to get as much light as you can and decent Wi-Fi, and then we can rock and roll, man, to get your comments up here. Or you can just do what CityMaker1234 has done from Twitch. And we thank those of you who have been watching us on Twitch, a new platform for us. You can just type your comments in and we'll see them. We'll pop them up on the screen as long as they're not offensive or use any bad language or insult the guest or listeners and viewers. So there you go, guys. Well, listen, Nick, man, we appreciate you, man, for dropping in the building, bro.
Yeah, I wanted to say thank you so much for dropping in and definitely for coming on camera and asking your question. I appreciate that. And I have a question for you, Mr. Nick. So what is your dating experience currently with women regarding the conversation that we talked about, women and or, you know, obviously it seems like you're a gentleman. So if a woman, well, let me not assume, actually. Let me not assume. Let me say this. What is your dating experience right now in our society?
Dating experience. Let's see. I guess my dating experience it's been okay. I've attracted women that are sometimes in a tighter space. They're not in the right place in their life, so sometimes I come in as maybe a higher identity. Maybe they view me as the identity and stuff like that. But I've attracted some women that were I guess coming off a bad experience. So gaining the trust of somebody is just a little more difficult. But other than that, my dating experience it hasn't been really really active like that, because right now I'm sorry, I'm hearing myself, but I've raised my identity to a higher level. So the people I used to date, they just didn't have a drink or have a goal or a drive or anything like that. But now I'm looking at what women are doing, the mindset of a woman, being supportive or supporting, or just not in the negativity of today's society. Because I say there are some women out there who like the idea of dating, but really their actions say other. The action says another thing. So that doing single women stuff or doing single activity. So basically, you just have to look in those qualities and really just get to know each other. I know I used to date like kind of fast, and things were moved fast, and I understand that things don't work out that way. And I'm all about the foundation of getting to know someone, becoming friends first. And so with that, I've been a little slower, but I think it's the best way, because not every woman I met was meant to be there long term, short term, or even play that girlfriend role or wife role. Sometimes you just meet them and they can be a friend role.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah, that's powerful. Mr. Mike, I know you want to say something.
That's good. That's so true, man. Like, that's one mistake that we as people oftentimes make, is thinking that just because it feels good, they may look good, we may be attracted to them, it doesn't necessarily mean they are the one. There's only one, all right? And the way to finding that person is spending time, allowing time to lead you, allowing God to lead you, having that, I am never shy of going to God. And if my discernment is telling me something and I need clarification on that, I go to God. Like, you know what, God, reveal this to me. If this is the one, let me see. Show me.
And speaking of seeing, we have a guest, Star Daniels, and she was on the show last week with me, or 2 weeks ago for my birthday. And we featured her, and she said, "Loving the show. I'm a Mike Anthony fan."
That's right.
And I love
Thank
seeing
you.
that. Yes, I love seeing that.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we're going to get 2 more comments here because we're at the close of the show. So we get a couple more comments, the last 2 for the show here. We want to get up Miss Demita Hall, who says, hey, when basically all you want to be is a wife. And then, of course, Star Daniels gave us the final comment. She simply said, amen.
Right.
Amen.
Again, we appreciate everybody. Definitely big ups to our man Nick. We always appreciate, man, when someone comes in is willing to be a part of the broadcast. That's why we do it. We want, we want people to interact. This is not like a class. This is like almost like every week is open mic night. So we appreciate you, man, jumping on in the middle of the situation and jumping in with your comments. And hopefully next time, if you decide to join us again, we won't have as much echo for you.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, whenever I get a chance, I always pretty much have a lot to say, but not a lot of people to say it to. Because not everybody can comprehend on that level. So maybe there's some people that.
Show you tonight. You on 5 platforms, sir. You on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitch, Periscope, and I'm part of a network called the Phoenix Television Network. We're live streaming. We broke into their regularly programmed broadcast. So, oh man, somebody heard you tonight. I can guarantee. Guarantee.
Oh. I'm kind of shy now. All right. Well, thank you for having me again, and you guys have a good night.
All right, you be blessed, Nick.
That was good.
That was Nick in the building, man. That was good stuff. That's why we do this. We want to have people interact with us and get your shouts here. We want to get a couple of more things in here from Star Daniels. Let's go ahead and get her final comments in, and then we're going to go around, let everybody wrap it up. Star is saying to us, she says, hey, she said, love this show, and she said she will be back. And then she says again, real talk, Mike. There we go. Mike keeps it real at all times. That is absolutely right. We're going to go around, man. How we do it. We always like to make sure people are able to connect with our guests and who's ever on. So before we end in our broadcast,
my mother was trying to say something. Did you catch her comment?
I had it again. Go ahead. Real talk, Mike. Yep. That's the final comment.
My mother, Donna, she was trying to say something.
All right.
Did you catch her comment?
There's nothing in the chat right now on social media, so I don't know if she typed it or not. Or
okay. Well, we'll tune in next time. She just sent me a text. She said she didn't get to make her comment, but that's why we will be back.
All right, so we'll go around again and let everybody know where they can find out more about you. Mike, the floor.
Hey. Once again, thank you guys for having me on Part 3. It's been a joy. It's been such a luxury that I so appreciate. Find me on Instagram at I_M_Mike Anthony. Find me on all things Mike Anthony, actually. Twitter, Mike Anthony, the number 8 for new beginnings. Just go to my website, www.IamMikeAnthony.com for more information. See what I'm up to. Once again, thank you for having me. S.L.R. Part 3.
Yeah.
Okay, now the comments are finally popping on social media, so we can't go off before we do this. Here, the comments right here. Says she truly enjoys the show. Good topic, great conversation, and my business is called an awesome, so great of a topic. So it's all good. Now it says here, now your business, we never got the name of the business. It said my business is called
Lovely Hearts.
Lovely Hearts.
Yeah,
okay.
My mother is a wonderful certified nurse that cares for the elderly. She literally has what's called agape love, where she loves them from the beginning until the end, and they love her, and she just offers such a beautiful service of care and love. And I want you guys to definitely support her. I will post a link on my page this evening so you guys can check it out. But her business is Lovely Hearts. That is my mother. Love you. Mwah.
Thank you.
Here we go. We'll conclude with these 3 types of love. We said, what is love? Number 1, the highest form is called agape. That's the unselfish love of one person for another without any sexual implications. It's also the love that we refer to as the love of God. That's agape. That's the highest form of love we have. That does not, that's the one that 1 Corinthians is talking about. Does not seek its own, not selfish, long-suffering, patient, is kind. The next one in the ball is called phileo love, and that is kind of a deep emotional friendship type love. That's kind of like, where the brothers or, sister girls kind of get together. It's like beyond like just a casual thing. It's deep and deep, like, hey, we could ride and die, ride and live, whatever you want to call them. That's it. And then, of course, the one that we always get confused, I think sometimes agape love, and the one that gets us in the most trouble is the eros love. That is the one that is the physical or love wrapped around sexual desire. Is where we actually get the word erotic and erotica. It comes from that word. Last comment here on
Great
social media before we wrap it up.
Man.
Here we go. Bam.
Yes.
There it is. That's from Mama. She says great. And once again, awesome and great topic, great show. Listen, we got to go one more time here. Miss Auriel, tell people how they can find out more about you. The floor is yours.
Yes. So you can find me on Instagram, also on Facebook, Auriel's Imaging Studio. My website is also auriel'simagingstudio.com. Please follow me, and I will be posting some new photos. I have a photo shoot coming up this coming week, and I will be in Atlanta once again, February 4th through the 8th. So you can book your hair, makeup, and wardrobe styling appointment with me. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is something that is near and dear to us. S.L.R is something that we all need to be able to be informed and to continue to talk about because we want love.
That's right. We all want that. It's always a beautiful thing to love and be loved. And so we're always excited about when we can all share. And we thank God for each and every one of you. There's one more comment from Miss Demeter. She says she loved the whole thing. So we appreciate her and appreciate all those of you who enjoyed the broadcast. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, you can follow me if you wish on social media. I'm Minister J. Sim. Yeah, I'm actually a real minister. I didn't get it off the cardboard box. I actually am licensed by an official church. It's the real situation. So I'm not a fraud. And again, what we tell you each week, thank you so much for watching us. Until next time, God bless you all and have a magnificent night. Peace.
Thank you. Thank you. Blessings.
Bless.